year's progress. Thank you very much for joining us. I am Teddy Mparinyanga. You can also follow us live on our YouTube channel, TBC Online, and also get all the latest news through our Instagram, Facebook, and X pages at TBC Online. The U.S. government plans to invest $100 million in the Tanzanian agricultural sector through Building Better Tomorrow BBT initiative for a period of 2 years. Speaking in Iringa during the commemoration of 20 years of PEPFAR, USAID Mission Director Craig Hartz says plans to invest in the agricultural sector follows the fact that over 60% of Tanzanians are actively involved in agriculture.
We are collaborating with them in terms of the Ministry of Agriculture in Iringa and in other cities to be able to see that increased growth. And so with our overall programs, we're expecting to be able to support that effort. Agricultural sector, looking at policy, looking at smallholder farmers, looking at higher tech approaches to agriculture, looking at food safety and also food storage, looking at all of those things, and we were expecting to be able to look at about $100 million mark in terms of our overall support to that effort.
Speaking about the 20 years of PEPFAR in Tanzania, Hart says since 2003, the U.S. government has provided more than $6 billion to fight HIV/AIDS in Tanzania. On the other hand, the Regional Commissioner Halima Dendego says through PEPFAR, various health facilities have been improved, and she furthermore acknowledges the high HIV prevalence in the region as per 2017 data, while the PEPFAR country coordinator says PEPFAR project is currently implemented in various regions in Tanzania.
The region currently has 261 CTCs from the 8 we had before. Before PEPFAR, providing care and treatment to almost 80,286 people, which mark 93% out of the total people living with HIV/AIDS. Among those 261 CTCs, 136 CTCs are direct under USAID support.
Through PEPFAR, we have been able to rely on and leverage new research and new interventions and stay current with the science. So as new interventions are shown to be effective, we've been able to partner with the government, to implement them quickly. So I think that would be my recommendation moving forward, is to really continue with that forward-leaning perspective that helps ensure that the people who are living with HIV get the highest quality of services and care available.
The Living Standards Measurement Study, LSMS, conducted in the country under support of the World Bank, has been pivotal in policy formulation to improve living standards, ensuring food security and reducing maternal deaths in Tanzania. The remarks have been made by the Senior Manager Development Data Group of the World Bank during the presentation of the Living Standards Measurement Study, LSMS, report in Dar es Salaam today. Nasa Kingo has more details.
Ethiopia and Malawi, to mention a few, expressed the optimism of what the report can do to identify areas for further improvement.
And as you can see, we have received rich data out of this. So many policies have been used. As it is integrated, you can see it has helped to increase the demand of data from the national statistical offices, because people looking into safety nets, they also look the same data. People looking into migration look for the same data. Consumption look for the same data. So there are so many people who looking for the data from the integrated household surveys.
It was amazing. I was appreciating the initiative taken by the Tanzanian government, which everyone should listen from them. I like that situation. And the presentations, the papers, and the connecting the data community peoples from universities, from official statistics producers, that's a good lesson that everyone should learn from this opportunity.
We have seen from the presentation that a lot of shocks that are due to climate change are coming out from the data, and it's also providing government with evidence-based information that can be used to address the impact of these shocks on households, especially those that are living in the rural areas.
As now the results are out, it's time for the respective countries to reflect on their progress and the areas that need to be revisited. Nasa Kingo, TBC News.
The UAE Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, says media has a responsibility to strengthen international cooperation to stimulate sustainable economic development despite the presence of cultural differences. He made the remarks in Abu Dhabi while opening the second edition of the Global Media Congress themed Shaping the Future of the Media Industry. Our reporter Rehema Sababili, who is attending this Congress, has more.
It is the official opening of the second edition of the Global Media Congress here in Abu Dhabi, which brings global leaders in media to address the future of media, where they will be discussing matters related to digital communication, artificial intelligence, and innovation in the media sector. While addressing the Congress, the UAE Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, Sheikh Nahyan bin Mubarak Al Nahyan, says the media should focus on the role of technology in shaping the future of the media industry while committing to environmental protection.
Commitment to address the challenge of protecting the environment, a challenge to humanity itself that is not limited to any specific country or region. My dear friends, I am also pleased to note your focus on the role of technology in shaping the future of the media industry. News organizations and other media companies will continue to take advantage of digital technologies.
On his part, the professor of practice from the UK, Charlie Beckett, says traditional media should embrace artificial intelligence to process their work while maintaining journalism ethics.
AI is something that can support their journalism. It can help you to process your sources, for example. It can help you to reformat. It can help you to transcribe or translate your journalism. It helps you can turn audio into text or text into audio. But you shouldn't rely upon it to do the whole journalism job. The judgment, the choice about whether a story is important or not, how you tell that story, that's got to be a human decision.
AI is a technology. We must use it. We have interest to use it, but we make do very attention to have a good regulation. And this regulation cannot be, must not be only in the one country, because we have a globalization technology we are using, like internet as a global. We must use a cooperation between all the countries, even in Africa, and to try to define a good regulation for our countries.
This year, Global Media Congress features exhibition where local and international brands are showcasing their technology in the media sector. Reporting from Abu Dhabi, Rehema Sababili, TBC News.
Thank you, Rehema Sababili. And moving on to the next news, the Minister of State in the Vice President's Office, Union and Environment, Dr. Suleiman Jaffo, has ordered all carbon business companies in the country to be transparent with the amount of carbon collected and the selling price in the international markets so that there is an equal share of profits for all stakeholders involved in environmental protection. He was handing over 4.74 billion shillings as financial allocation for the environmental protection groups of Kiteto and Mbulu districts in Babati. Here's a report by Joseph Bura, read by Kanki Magomole.
This is the result of the environmental conservation that will benefit approximately 64,000 citizens from 5 villages of the Yaeda Valley in the Mbulu district and 7 villages in the Kiteto district, especially in the Makame division where the Carbon Tanzania company has invested, depending on the support of the citizens.
This maintenance of carbon will help to reduce deforestation and help to protect our environment.
The minister responsible for the environment, Dr. Suleiman Jaffo, uses the opportunity to remind the companies to ensure the carbon business is transparent, while the Manyara Regional Commissioner Queen Sendiga vows to cooperate with the people in the environmental protection.
Our leaders and the security committees must make sure that the environment is being protected.
And to all leaders, do not hesitate to take action against anyone who will be breaking these laws that protect our environment. The construction of clinics, health centers and classrooms are among social services that have been improved through funds allocation from the carbon business.
The whole community is being treated by this hospital. To date, they don't have to worry about being treated once they are ill. Some of the benefit that we are getting is that we are able to educate our children who have passed to pursue higher learning education.
Tanzania currently has more than 30 companies invested in carbon business, and following recorded success of the business, the ministry responsible for environment plans to meet the business communities at the end of this month to discuss the future of the business and its contribution to the environmental protection.
The United States government, through its International Development Agency, USAID, and the U.S. President's Malaria Initiative, PMI, have handed over laboratory equipment worth more than $488,000 to Muhimbili Hospital, which target to strengthen the capacity of laboratory experts in the effective malaria testing. The executive director of Muhimbili Hospital, Professor Mohammed Janabi, says the equipment will be sent to the ministry's colleges that offer laboratory courses in 6 regions, including Mbeya, Morogoro, Dar es Salaam, Tanga, Mara, and Singida.
These microscopes cost approximately $500,000. We are grateful to the American government, but also the government of United Republic of Tanzania through the Ministry of Health for their continued cooperation with other foreign countries. As you can see, the microscopes are expensive. Such relations we have with foreign nations will surely lead to the further progress.
On the other hand, the representative of the American Embassy in the country, Anne Murphy, says that the project will directly support what has been done by the government of Tanzania on interventions such as the examination to identify malaria parasites and offer the right treatment for those who are found to be affected.
The efficacy of malaria drugs. We have seen a bit of an increase in resistance to malaria drugs in the region, and really want to get ahead and be able to diagnose and confirm resistance early on to be able to address it and ensure the availability of drugs to all Tanzanians.
This equipment will help to improve training environment. Also, the students who will use this equipment shall have the best hands-on knowledge.
The government's plan is to use various strategies in the health sector. For instance, this strategy will build the capacity of students. Another strategy is based on the distribution of bed nets.
Minister of Mines, Dr. Steve Keruswa, has instructed Buck Reef Mining Company to review the contract on possibility to concentrate on the local market in selling gold instead of exploitation. Deputy Minister Dr. Keruswa insists that the central bank is ready to buy 6 tons of gold per year, so there must be a contractual agreement to facilitate the process. Here's a report by Nazrat Ndekia, read by Faithan Gaga.
The Buck Reef Gold Mine has been in the existence in the Geita District Council for more than 15 years.
The geologists have provided us with information about the position of the gold in the mines. The gold in this mine is laying in vertical position. The width is 3 to 30 meters. Our equipment still shows the presence of gold in 900 meters downwards.
The Deputy Minister of Minerals, Dr. Steve Kiruswa, after visiting the mine, orders the company to revisit the contractual agreements on the exportation of gold.
Taifa hili liko katika mchakato wa kuhakikisha kwamba benki yetu kuu ya taifa inaweka reserve ya dhahabu sio chini ya tani 6 kila mwaka kuanzia sasa.
We are in the process of ensuring the Bank of Tanzania BOT has a reserve of not less than 6 tons per year. The gold is expected to be bought from small, medium, and large-scale gold miners. If there are any previous contracts that allow the exports of gold, they should be reviewed so that we can still have a reserve of gold here in our country.
The manager of the mine, Engineer Gaston Mujahuzi, says he has received the instructions.
We took an initiative to sell the gold abroad in order to easily get the market. However, we will cooperate with the internal refineries and we shall sell the gold in accordance with the government's instructions.
Back Reef Gold Mine is currently producing from 1,700 to 2,000 ounces of gold worth more than 8 billion shillings per month, which is equal to 60 kilograms of gold per month.
That was a report by Nazareth Ndekia, read by Kanki Magomole. And on to the next news. The head of sales and marketing of the Institute of Directors in Tanzania, IODT, Salama Somboka, says her institute will continue to impact knowledge, especially to leaders from various institutions in the country, to increase efficiency in the performance as well as the best way to manage companies as part of serving the public with quality and value. She made the remarks during the opening of the Leadership Masterclass held in Dar es Salaam, which is attended by leaders from public and private organizations. Peter Mganga was there and has prepared the following report.
The Leadership Masterclass aims to train directors for public and private companies on modern management techniques. Here, the head of sales and marketing of the Institute of Directors in Tanzania, IODT, says the way companies are run have an effect to overall economic growth.
So this training covers for both leaders from public sector and private sector. It's a training that help or assist the leaders to upskill themselves, to learn about different ways to go through their work. So this training involves issues of corporate governance, because we know leaders have to do with issues of governance. It also covers issues to do with management, how to manage people, how to manage talent, issue of project management. All leaders are managing projects from time to time. So it's important for them to upskill, to learn and relearn.
On the other hand, Colonel Joseph Simbakaria, who is one of the facilitators, explained how the masterclass sessions will add value to the readers attending.
Here we actually spend time to train young leaders, emerging leaders, on the giving the basic tools, basic scientific tools of how they can more effectively and efficiently exercise their leadership. Effectively means how they can produce results and how they can plan, execution of their mandate and actually measure the output.
Furthermore, some of the participants have congratulated the Institute of Directors in Tanzania, IODT, for organizing the Leadership Masterclass while explaining how they have benefited from the training provided and promising to use the knowledge they gained as part of improving operations in their institutions.
Through the values that I am taught today to understand myself, it made me to coach myself to become a better performer in my company and to grow my company in a way that my staff will understand that they have a leader.
First of all, I just want to appreciate the trainer. The session was very intensive. Today, training in the management training that I got here, I just foresee that I'll be able to increase the capacity of my team and in general to be able to reach the objective.
It has been a very fruitful training. It actually helped me to visualize
my strategic goals, and as I'm starting a day, I can plan my routine on how my personal value align with the organization strategic objective.
The Leadership Masterclass is expected to cover various topics, including person branding, team building, effective project management, governance, and essential leadership strategies. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Peter Mganga, TBC News.
And in our tourism feature tonight, we bring you the first part of the mini-series of the hidden treasures of Lake Victoria, where aquatic researchers from different parts of the world come to explore and study the different species living in this majestic jewel of the continent. The place also is a captivating destination that offers a blend of natural beauty, diverse cultures, and exciting adventures, making it a must-visit for travelers seeking a truly authentic African experience. Python Gaga did not miss this adventurous activity, and tonight she shares the first part with us.
A quiet morning on the shores of Lake Victoria, Tanzania. A group of researchers from University of Bern, Swiss Federal Institute of Aquatic Science and Technology, and Tanzania Fisheries Research Institute, TAFIRI, gather at TAFIRI office, preparing for an exciting day of haplochromine cichlid research. Of Tanzania, along the shores of Lake Victoria, a unique adventure unfolds. We embark on a journey of discovery as we explore the world of haplochromine cichlids, known locally as furu. An adventure that began at 3 a.m. This is the story of our expedition, where we delve into the depth of the lake, studying these fascinating fish species and unlocking the secrets of their habitat. The sun had yet to rise as we boarded the boat. As we assemble on the shores of Lake Victoria, ready to dive into an uncharted world. Lake Victoria, the world's largest tropical lake and the world's second largest freshwater lake by surface area after Lake Superior in North America. Safety is paramount, and our team equips themselves with life jackets, raincoats, and all the necessary fishing and research gears. Our checklist includes fishing gears, food supplies, water sampling kits, snorkeling gears, and cameras to capture every moment. It's a new experience for everyone, filled with anticipation and excitement. As the sun rises, our boat skims across the surface of Lake Victoria, heading towards the middle part of the lake. It's a 2.5-hour journey, and the team is filled with a sense of adventure. Everyone knows the journey ahead is long, but our spirits are high.
Don't miss the second part of this captivating tourism feature this Friday. Before we wind up the local news tonight, let us now have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Don't miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Stay tuned for all the latest in international news.
Have voted in presidential runoff election after the two leading candidates were separated by just over 7,000 votes in the first round a month ago. Incumbent President George Weah and former Vice President Joseph Boakai are contesting for the second round. Weah narrowly won the first round but failed to get more than 50% of the vote, triggering the runoff. The winner will be sworn into office in January next year. Sudan's military ruler, Lieutenant General Abdel Fattah al-Burhan, has met President William Ruto of Kenya in Nairobi after initially rejecting the latter as the lead mediator on a war in the Northeast African nation. Reports say the two leaders held bilateral talks on the recent security situation in Sudan and the region. They also reviewed the state of ongoing peace initiatives, including the Jeddah and the Intergovernmental Authority on Development (IGAD) peace processes. Talks between the Sudanese army and rivals from the Rapid Support Forces (RSF) resumed in the Saudi port city last month, but mediators failed to compel both sides to uphold a ceasefire. Gabon's military leaders say they plan to hold a general election in August 2025. This follows pressure from the international community to announce a timetable for the return to civilian rule. General Brice Oligui Nguema seized power in August from his cousin Ali Bongo. Announcing the plans, Gabon's junta says the proposed timetable was not final and will need approval from the public during town hall-style meetings next April. A new constitution is to be presented in October next year and adopted by the end of that year in a referendum.
That was international news. Sport news up next. And in sport news, Tanzania Football Federation, TFF, says the plane offered by President Samia Suluhu Hassan to carry Taifa Stars to Morocco to play Niger for FIFA World Cup qualifiers will be a motivation to players to win the match. TFF Marketing and Legal Director Boniface Wambura adds that direct involvement of the government to Taifa Stars is a great boost in physical and mental strength of the players fighting for the first time to qualify for FIFA World Cup 2026.
First of all, we would like to thank the government because if we are to use passenger planes, other teams will be ahead of us. At the moment, the team is in a competitive environment and our players' morale is motivated. Our players do not spend a lot of time in between travel, but rather focus on the match.
Taifa Stars already camping in Dar es Salaam, gearing up for the first match of the FIFA World Cup 2026 qualifiers against Niger, November 18th in Morocco, before they take on Morocco at Benjamin Mkapa in Dar es Salaam on 21st November. The head coach of Oman Beach Soccer national team, Twalib Hilal, says his training to Tanzania beach soccer coaches will polish their skills and knowledge and help the development of the game in the country. Coach Hilal and Tanzania Football Federation, TFF, Marketing and Legal Director Boniface Wambura calls on the beach soccer coaches to work on what they have acquired from the training for the benefits and the nation.
Lengo letu ni kwamba tunaamini kabisa leo wewe ukiwa coach
Our aim is to witness changes from all of you as a professional beach coaches because it's the only way to develop this game. And TFF is a custodian of the football game. That's why we are doing something like this. It's very important for the country.
Mbali ya kuwa ni faida yenu, lakini ni faida kwa ustawi wa mchezo wa beach soccer kwa Tanzania.
Kusaidiana na TFF kuendeleza mchezo.
We need to cooperate with TFF to develop beach soccer. So you can open beach soccer academy in the streets. There is a lot of open beaches in Dar es Salaam. Teach children as much as we can.
More than 12 coaches are being trained in beach techniques required to use the profession to develop beach soccer in Tanzania. That is sports news. And now, before we conclude the news bulletin, let's take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Dear viewers, my name is Jess Makwata from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, and this is 24 hours weather forecast starting from tonight. Generally, we expect the wind to flow at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour for the northern coast, while over Lake Victoria and Tanganyika, we expect the wind to flow at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. For Lake Nyasa as well as southern coast, we expect the wind to flow at a speed of 40 kilometers per hour. And TMA has issued advisory concerning period of strong winds expected these areas. So people conducting marine activities are advised to take a necessary precaution to minimize any impact associated with it. And rainfall models are indicating chance of rainfall, especially over the coast areas toward the southern part of our country, Lake Victoria Basin extending to western part of our country. And during the night, we expect Lake Victoria Basin, western part of the country, Rukwa, to feature partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas. While over northeastern island, entire coastal belts, Morogoro towards Ruvuma, we expect rain showers during the night. Central part and some part of southwestern island, we expect just partly cloud condition. For tomorrow, we expect Lake Victoria Basin, western part of the country, Rukwa, Njombe, and Mtwara to feature partly cloud condition, thunder showers over a few areas, and sunny period. While over northeastern island, Iringa, Mbeya, Songwe, we expect rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Central part, we expect just light rain showers over a few areas and sun period. Tanga, Aizo, Unguja and Pemba, Dar es Salaam, Pwani, Morogoro, Lindi and Ruvuma, we expect to experience cloudy condition, thunder showers over some areas and sun interval. And heavy period of rains are expected over Tanga, Aizo, Unguja and Pemba, Dar es Salaam and Pwani, Morogoro, Lindi, Ruvuma and Njombe. So people living on those areas are advised to take necessary precautions. And now let's have the next 4 days weather forecast. Dear viewers, from Tanzania Meteorological Authority, that is what we have for today. Thanks for watching. We wish you a good night.
And that marks the end of the news bulletin for tonight. Don't miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Teddy Mparinyanga. Have a lovely, lovely night.